Problematic when I hit automatic, it's like go time, girls, lights, camera, showtime. Problematic when I hit automatic, it's like go time, girls, lights, camera, showtime. Showtime, showtime, showtime.
Damn weird. The science of the haunting. Now this is to continue my breakdown of like the multiple different types of ghosts as according to different social settings and different points in history maybe even. And of course, we got religious influence upon it. So the basic definition fits for most, but they have their own individual tastes and looks that should be respected and explored. Now, as well as that, I should cover the basics which all ghost hunters have to deal with, which is the science of the hauntings. Sometimes, first thing you gotta do is eliminate, I should say all the time, every time, you need to eliminate all the things that can be. All things that scientifically are available, and some things we're just starting to understand. So we have to take these things into account as we go, and that's where it grows in the science and that everything develops. It's a process that you go from alchemy up to chemistry. You know, there's things that are found that didn't work, that got ignored, and things that did work. So here we go. The Committee for Skeptical Inquiry wrote that there is no credible scientific evidence that any location was inhabited by spirits of the dead. Limitations of human perception and extraordinary physical explanations can account for ghost sightings. For example, air pressure changes in a home causing doors to slam, humidity changes causing boards to creak, condensation electrical connections causing intermittent behavior, or lights from passing cars reflecting through the windows at night. Pareidolia, an innate tendency to recognize patterns in random perception, is what some skeptics would believe causes people to believe that ghosts have been seen. Reports of ghosts seen out of the corner of the eyes may be accounted for by the sensitivity of human peripheral vision. Peripheral vision can easily mislead, especially late at night when the brain is tired and more likely to misinterpret sights and sounds. According to research, visions of ghosts may arise from hypnagogic hallucinations, also known as waking dreams, experienced in the transitional states to and from sleep. In a study of 2 experiments into alleged hauntings, around 2003, came the conclusion that people consistently report unusual experiences in haunted areas because of environmental factors which may differ across locations. Some of these factors include the variation of local magnetic fields, size of locations, and lighting levels, stimuli of which witnesses may not be consciously aware. Some researchers, such as Michael Persinger of Laurentian University, Canada, have speculated that changes in the geomagnetic fields created by tectonic stresses in the Earth's crust or solar activity could stimulate the brain's temporal lobes and produce many of the effects experienced, commonly associated with hauntings. Sound is thought to be another cause of supposed sightings. Richard Lord and Richard Wiseman have concluded that infrasound can cause humans to experience bizarre feelings in a room, such as anxiety, extreme sorrow, and a feeling of being watched, or even the chills. Carbon monoxide poisoning which can cause changes in perception of the visual and audible systems, can and has been speculated upon as a possible explanation for haunted houses as early as 1921. People experiencing sleep paralysis often report seeing ghosts during the experiences. Neuroscientists Balanjalar and V.S. Ramakandran, sure I got that wrong, I apologize greatly, have recently proposed neurological theories for why people hallucinate ghosts during sleep paralysis. Their theories emphasize the role of the parietal lobe and mirror neurons in triggering such ghostly hallucinations. So, when exploring or studying anything or looking into ghosts, you should first account for those things that science can eliminate. Just like with a virus, if you have a pile of symptoms, you can't just start, keep treating the symptoms. You got to deal with one at a time, eliminate what is what, until finally you find the actual cause. And that's where you'll find either supernatural or an explanation. And that's what makes it interesting. So, thank you, and have a nice day.
Hello, and if you've enjoyed some of our work that you've seen here, please do me a favor and click there over on Patreon corner, and you can become a patron, and for like $1 a month you can give me input on anything that you think would be good to continue on. So we do so much different things, and it's hard to see what people want to see next, so become a contributor as well as have an opinion on what we do next. Thank you.
I had a dream, you see.
It's this guy again. Yeah, we're on the walkthrough number 7 of going to the towers to save the mystics. So, yeah, there's the mill we just finished. Brought the healer back, defeated a goblin, and apparently we gotta head towards these towers on the walls. See, I saw you helping the healer. I saw what happened to him. What happened to him? Goblins came from the darkness and drug him towards the first tower. Okay. I'll go check on that. There we go. Oh, this guy here, he's got some information too. Mostly about the rooms, but maybe he saw something. Hey! Hey! Oh, what do you know? Oh. Where are the goblins coming from? The runes! You have to light the towers to open the gates to the ruins. Yep, they have a ritual that's done to basically lock away the darkness, which snuck through. What we got now is we got a tower over here. There's actually 6 towers. Come up here on first one. They are numbered. You go in order. They're all the same, so I'm only going to really show you the details on one of them. Every one of them have at least one statue protecting the doorway. First thing you gotta do is activate the light. So you can see in there. This encounter button only occurs in this first tower. The rest are already set up. There'll be Tower 1. Tower 2. It's like my family photos. Or like my vacation photos. Tower 3. Tower 4. Tower 5 is right by the water, so we'll leap off that. over to Tower 6. Now, over at Tower 6, kind of got stuck into a heavy battle with a statue, and, well, I got a little cocky, and he got me before I got him. So, it's a good time to show what happens when you die. Go back to the spawn part where you started at, but because you already bought the armor and the weapons, you can just go pick them right back up again, which you'll need to so you have them. Got to restock. Rebirth doesn't come with all your stuff, man. Grab all your stuff later on. There'll be some spells. You'll have to pick those up again. Go get me some more fish. See, I got a fish. 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 Come on. Fish. Yeah, I got 3. 1 didn't work. But that's best for healing I have right now. I'm going to check some apples later on. Now, here we are at Tower 6. I'm going to show basically what we're doing at every tower. You defeat the thing. Go all the way up. A lot of running, a lot of stairs. My thighs are incredible at keeping this up, man. All nice and squarey-like. Go over here. Now, I had problems with this button before when designing the game. It wouldn't show up. So there's 2 of them. You don't need to hit both of them, but, you know, I do just in case. Now, once that's done, this button appears. It doesn't go back and check that second button if you didn't do it. Now, this is going to expose the runes, which will be right by where I'm pointing, so keep an eye. It's kind of large for the map. It's about 3-4 stories to it, and there we go. That's the runes that the goblins disappeared to, and they took the mystics. So, we'll pick up on next one, what to do there.
I would appreciate if you could please go over and click on the subscribe and hit the notifications so you can know next time we have something new coming on. And sorry for the interruption, but back to the show. Moments in History 123. The Fur Trade. Surrender of Astoria. Fur trade was a potent factor in opening up the far west, just as it had been in the east. John Jacob Astor, a New York capitalist, attempted to organize this trade. He planned to have his American Fur Trade Company dominate the Great Lakes, the western plains, and the northwest. The settlement at Astoria on the Columbia River failed. When the War of 1812 approached, he sold his property rights to the Northwest Company of Canada, and a little later, a British squadron captured the settlement, but it was restored to the United States after the war. The other 2 ventures, though, added to Astor's already large fortune. Well, now that we're recording on another comic book game day, or episode, we have Violet, who is out trying to find out about the eggs, or the egg that went missing. Since eggs don't walk out on their own, at least the Mud Skipper could skip. as well as another piece of additional information. Because while listening to it today, I noticed there's a yellow roll. So you should have gotten 2 pieces of information about the animals. So I'll give you something new in a bit. While Chase is folding Christmas presents. He's got a big family. He's wanting to go to the fort. Both of you guys roll dice 6.
No.
No?
I got 6.
Because you just would roll a 5?
Yep.
No, you couldn't catch a 5 right off again.
Why, you got a 6? See?
Besides, you didn't roll it, you dropped it.
Okay, I'll do it again. 4. That better?
Yeah, you'll try.
Now she got a 6. Good.
You bullied you out of the 6, and you fell for it.
Well, you don't drop dice, you rolled
I just
dice.
went like that. Just like, oh.
That was dropping it.
Everyone needs Yahtzee cups.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, next time we're at, anytime we're at, well, all we gotta do, and I keep forgetting, anytime we're like Salvation or Army or whatever place they have left, you check the box games for like Yahtzee and stuff like that. Then you just, keep the cups for other stuff.
Looks like I'm having leftovers.
You're setting yourself up to get, now you're wondering why your dice get slapped around. You stacked them on me.
Hi.
You made them my targets.
Hi.
So, since now you're a first Violet Payne, you wake up in your rental house. Well, it's not a rental. It's a temporary house supplied by the company. It's got all the Dino house. It actually has a security system. So when you come in at night, you gotta punch in a code, things like that. We'll assume you have a clever code. Your character's got a monstrous reason, so. Linda's birth date, she'll never expect it. But the main thing today was the egg. The egg/cocoon. Maybe they didn't exactly know what it was, but she's the one that was checking on it, and you at least can find out from her what it was she saw there. But you'll have to find a way or reason to talk to her. She works at the Dark Forces Lab. But she is Karen's sister, and you have kind of like, been in her court a couple times on things involving Linda. And she helped defend you against Linda. You could always, use that to your reason. So how do you want to go about your inquest?
Just go up and talk to her.
Just go to her place or her work? Well, you get to the front desk and a assistant will meet you there, like at your guys' labs. She's, how can I help you?
I need to see Sylvia.
And who are you?
Violet.
Is she expecting you?
Yeah, I figured I'd drop in and surprise her.
Okay. She's not one who usually likes surprises, but I'll let her know. And give it a little bit. Sitting out there. And then security guy comes walking up to you. So are you Violet?
Yep.
You want this one too?
Well then, let's go.
Okay.
And they head towards the elevators.
And they are taking you to her. And they take you as close as they can get. It's a large vault-like door with a lab number on it. You know, lab 13, we'll say. It was room 13 that lady was freaking out in. You were in room 11. It's like, did they plan it that way? Crazy room in 13? Crazy people in 13? But there is a couch out there. A little chair or a little table to sit at. And some magazines. They're all like high mathematics magazines. And intrinsic fields. Closest to home one would be nuclear family. Basically, people that live in the nuclear industry and how their lives are and stuff.
Just a piece of paper.
A lot of ads for home detection equipment. And finally, she comes out. So.
Yeah.
It makes you wait. You're on the phone. Taking the power.
You want to stop that? Or?
That's not good.
Yeah. And you quickly put down your phone when she comes out. We'll assume Doug was calling you. Because we already mentioned about the phone call. I try not to edit much. Yes, Violet. What are you... What's wrong?
Oh, I was just seeing if maybe you knew anything about the egg or the rock or whatever that was. It's gone.
Well, what are you talking about? Can we get a little more specific?
I noticed in the animal lab we had a egg-shaped rock.
How large?
Pretty good size.
So not like that size?
No.
It's what I would describe one of your chakra stones as almost. No?
No, not one of my stones.
Oh, okay. Are those all doing all right?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Okay, that's good. At least we know you can take a beating.
Yeah.
So...
Then I also wanted to just drop by and say hi, see how you're doing.
Well, yes. I remember checking on it. I was asked to come and look at it. We hadn't identified. It was actually found and brought in to us to identify. And the scientists there hadn't done so. So I was brought in because it seemed to be giving off some energies. Actually, kind of I don't know, freezing things around it. So, yeah, I checked. We thought maybe it was just absorbing heat like a black hole, so that's why I was brought in. No, it is putting out cold.
Well,
Well, it was. I heard it's gone now.
Yeah. I just noticed that today.
Do you have any records to how it left?
There's security footage.
And what did it show you?
Showed you going in there,
Uh-huh.
checking on it, and then leaving. And next day it was gone when the other animals escaped.
I can't think of anything. I don't remember leaving anything unlocked.
No.
But yeah, I didn't suspect it. Actually, from when I looked at it, seemed more reptilian actually. Than they had it listed as insect because it was a cocoon. They thought, but I think it was just a large soft egg form. Not hard like regular eggs, but like kind of you get from the Gila monsters out there in the islands.
And some snakes.
Yeah. But that would be more terror than you were understanding.
Well, I was just doing
No, I
the footage
understand.
and everything. And
If you find anything more detailed than that, or something, or more specific questions, maybe I can help you out more, but currently this is all I know on it.
Alright, well,
You take care.
I just wanted to let you know that's missing.
Okay. And you haven't had any problems with those fluctuations or any paralysis returning or anything?
No.
Okay.
Slight headaches
Before or after the baseball bat?
before and after.
Oh, okay. Well, it'd be horrible if it was only before. They'd be like, we found the cure. Bonk. Bring in the Linda. He's still seeing
I've got a headache. How's it
But
feel
actually-
now? 10 times worse.
We've been on a few camping trips together. I just find her little feud with you funny. Doesn't involve me, but you know she's not allowed to bring it into my sister's business. That's why that old thing went the way it did.
Yeah.
So personally, she's Troy's issue, not mine. But if I snap my fingers and he's not there, it will become my problem. But I'll let you know if I find out anything more, or let me know if you find out anything more.
I will. Have a good day.
Okay. So,
I don't want the wavy hand of doom.
yeah. Quick up.
Dum dum.
Hey, bye-bye.
Dum dum.
You ran out the door. No! 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 Look at me! Look at me! You like it! Taxi! Taxi!
Go on.
I don't see it. I don't have to.
I don't see the wavy hand of doom.
Doesn't count! Doesn't count! Quit it! She's smacking her head out there in the street. Chasing you around. Is that what happened? Is that what it was? The smacky head of doom is what hit Lynn and knocked her
Yep.
into the wall?
Yep.
Wah! It's just a social attack. You can't take it.
It's like a sonic wave.
Yeah. It's like those glares some women give you. So, on that point,
What are you doing?
your new piece of information, which I don't think she knew anything about, you thought was kind of odd. You decide how you want to deal with it. But the alligator that's missing apparently had a name. Roger Engel. And an employee number.
I'm gonna look that up.
Okay. Who you check it with? Just records, or make a roll. And then it's monstrous.
97.
Well then, yeah. No problem. Red. That will basically mean records will tell you that had to obviously be a mistake. Believe that was just an alligator. I don't know. Sometimes people give them names. But when you check the employee number, it also has a social security number.
So the alligator's actually human.
Or someone gave it full ID. He could apply for a passport, apparently.
Huh.
And if that's the case, that was just a regular looking cage with a latch. Anyone with a thumb could have released that thing. You have a reason pretty high. Make a roll.
62.
If you were locked in that cage, you could get out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if that's why no one detected anyone coming in. It wasn't someone breaking in and stealing animals. Some escaped.
One of them.
You're not there.
Oh, I'm just talking
Yeah, I
to
know.
myself.
I know.
Talking to myself.
Well, it's hard not to listen and think about it, but... So, like, if this Roger was a person... Ah! Guido says. Then that's in question. And did someone not know that when they put him in the cage? Maybe supposed to have a different kind of system?
Doesn't Karen want to know about everything I find?
Yes, she did say that.
I need to go show her that.
Okay. Now, while you're getting everything gathered and ready for that meeting, and getting for her to have an opening to talk to you, well, we should check out that rope change dice. Although you are in charge of scheduling.
90.
Okay. If you call someone to cancel their appointment, you could have an appointment. Say...
Don't be falling asleep over there.
No, falling asleep.
Now, you though. You're over there?
Ooh, me?
Yes, Mr. Chase Steele.
I am Chase Steele.
You want to talk to people at the fort.
Yes. I want to go say and ask questions.
Okay. So you get to the fort entrance, and they stop you. They tell you to wait
Access
here.
denied.
Well, yes, right now it is. Tell you to wait here. You get the commanding officer
Down, funky butt.
so that you may speak with him and about your issues.
Problematic when I hit automatic, it's like problematic when I hit automatic, it's like
Problematic when I hit automatic, it's like problematic when I hit automatic, it's like
problematic when I hit automatic, it's like go time, girls, lights, camera, showtime.
But I just wanted to start up. We're going to be doing a new mask, and last time we kind of showed at the end how it looked, and right now I'm just starting to build up the basics here. So let me show you some of the stuff we've done before. Okay, there we see the mask for the atomic skull in our movie. It's kind of was supposed to be basically the guy's skull had swollen so much it was actually pushing on the skin from the inside, giving the illusion. Well, actually it was a skull, but misshapen and misformed too in the process. And there's one more common one, the Agents of Law. And these ones are made with a smooth-on foam. So if we look at the other side of it, see, actually it's just a foam. Now the interesting thing we've got to deal with this time though, is you see these don't really fall under, well, you see what she needs, it's for a
Plush Con, where people go dressed with the costumes of animals. And we're going to try to apply the same method to that. Now what's difficult about it is I tend to work on stuff, and just by doing it they become darker in their form. I work on it towards the aesthetic I feel is pleasing, and that's where it goes. So this will be a new thing. Now as we see here, because we know that the clay is heavy, we need to see that we have to duct tape the mannequin head to the surface so it doesn't fall over. The large amount of clay on these cartoon-like figures makes them heavy. Now as we look this again, you may understand more what I was doing. The cheeks are the standard like cartoony face cheeks you see that bulge out. But if that was to be clay, it would get too heavy for the face and would fall off. So what I've done is I've taken these two half spheres and I cut them in half, or they are right in half, and I cut in 1/2 inch from the edge on the flat side all the way around, then took a spoon and just popped out the center. So it went down about 1 inch to 1/2 inch. And then drew like basically the high spots that when I put it where I want it on the face, touch the face. And then I trim those away to give it a larger contact area and in this case I used a PVC piping glue. And just tacked it on the edges and stuck it there and held it for a little bit. When it comes to taking it off, I'm going to have to take sandpaper and clean it up, but it will break away because it's styrofoam. Here we are with the clay that we're actually going to be using to make this mask. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create it, fully sculpting it in the clay, and then cast it in the plaster. Because we don't need the high density plaster, we're going to try this out. Because the high density plaster costs a lot more, but this, after it's done, will be covered with fur. So the details of the surface don't need to be as strong. So thinking as like, oh, let's say your atypical cartoon bunny, you can see where that goes. Now we're going to put a flatter face on it, bring it down a little bit. We're going to bring a little more animal to it, but try to still keep it cute. This is a project between Dam Studio Productions and Max Payne, which is, you know, aka Morgan Norman from Morgan. She's been working with us for about 10 years now. So we're doing this mask for her, and it's a whole new way we didn't find a lot of people doing it. Now they could be, so we're going to just try it our own way and see what we come up with. So we're going to slowly go through and I'll show you how stage by stage. First thing we're going to do is, if you've ever seen those shows where they're like the CSI shows where they sit there and they have the skull and they want to make it look real, so they want to know what the person looked like. Basically, this is the shape I wanted. The ears will actually attach back here in the back half, because we're going to be casting a back half. And the ears will attach from there. Right up here will be where the horns are. Short ones, because we don't want her catching everything when she's walking around. She's already got the ears. Just enough to express the concept of the jackalope. Going a little more towards, a little more animal to it, because the jackalope sounds like it should be wild. And we're talking about going actually with hunter's clothes for it. So, we're going to flatten down the nose area. The nose may end down here by the mouth, actually, and that's where the breathing she can do for getting air, because it's going to be kind of warm. And then it will come down below here, and we'll do a face. She doesn't need an opening mouth, so that'll be the easier part. And then what we're going to do with this, we'll take the place of all the weight of this clay, and we'll lay it on here, and we'll basically like 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch thick strips. We'll cover the entire area all the way over, layer by layer, as if you were covering a skull with a certain density layers, like you see in the CSI, until we get fully the basic shape. And then we'll start building there towards actually what we're looking for. So we're working from kind of a cartoon character image that she gave me. And that's a little more difficult directly to 3D. But we're going to see what we can come up with. My idea hopefully is it will be a cute character, and she has to make sure I don't go Donnie Darko bunny rabbit here. So we'll see how it goes. Now what I've done, as I've mentioned before, so taking this larger block, chopped it off just using standard flat blade knife, non-serrated. Chopped off, first of all, chunks like this off the block, just going straight down. Then took those, made into little slices. These are what I'm going to be wrapping around the head. Now, as we see from an old mask, I have a line here. Now that's the line.
automatic, it's like problematic when I hit automatic, it's like